من التزم السلفية حصل الخير كله وحصل أجرا عظيما وفيرا كبيرا لأنه لزم هدي رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم.
I would like to remind myself firstly and to my brothers next about the importance of taking care of the Islamic Brotherhood, the Ukhuwah al-Islamiyah and Imaniyah between us all. And from the means, or before that, everyone knows that al-Ukhuwah al-Islamiyah, al-Imaniyah, al-Salafiyah has an important place in the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had made it the worship to Him Jalla wa Ala. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam had made it sunnah of His sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The more a person takes care of the ukhuwah, of the brotherhood between themselves, the more he gets closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The more complete his faith and his iman is in the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says in the Quran, إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ إِخْوَةٌ. For verily the believers are brothers with each other, between themselves. And when Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam made hijrah to al-Madinah, from the very first thing that he did when he arrived to Medina is that he akha bain al-muhajirin wal-ansar. He made brothers between the one who traveled, muhajirun, the one who traveled and left their hometown, the Mecca, to al-Madinah, and the Ansar, helpers, the one that received the muhajirun, and they are those who are people of Medina. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam made them brothers. Do not forget that al-Madinah was where the Islamic kingdom started to become strong, and so on. And that brings us to say that the foundation of having strong Islamic society is that the people, the Muslims, they are brothers. They are brothers with each other. They are not strangers with each other. They do not meet in the street and they, as if, when they know that the other person who walks past them is a Muslim, and they kept quiet and move on. No. Where's the brotherhood in that? They give salam to the people, whether they know that person or not. He knows that there are signs of Islam in that person when he passes him, or for the sisters here, they give salam. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Afshu salam bainakum, spread the salam between you. Brotherhood, barakallahu fikum, is important to keep a safe society. And brotherhood is important for a person's religion. A person cannot become strong and his iman cannot be complete except through his brothers. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "La yu'minu ahadukum hatta yuhibba li akhihi ma yuhibbu li nafsihi." A person does not attain full iman until he loves for his brothers what he loves for himself. Which means that a person's iman, the completeness of a person's iman, depends on his brothers also. What he loves for himself, he loves it for his brother. The mafhumu mukhalafa, and what you understand out of this is that what he hates for himself, he hates it for his brother. And so his iman, his faith, the completeness of his faith depends on his brothers also. So take care of the brotherhood between yourselves. Give salam. Give presents to one another. Gift to one another. When a person, he cook, or when a person, his wives cook, and he have the extra capability, and he have the means, he ask his wife to cook more, so that he can give his brother, so that he can give his sister, so that he can give his neighbors, Muslim neighbors, or even the kuffar neighbors, the non-believers neighbors, as a mean of da'wah to them, to show that Islam is a peaceful religion. It's a religion that gives, not a religion that takes only. So take care of the brotherhood. And from the means of taking care of the brotherhood, as I mentioned, is to give salam to one another, and to put forth religion before the worldly matters. When a person, he said something wrong, the other do not take it too hard, too harshly, too deeply, too personally. And he says to himself, maybe that brother is going through something bad in his life, and that's why he said certain things in that manner or in that way. And he doesn't mean it to hurt myself or to hurt others, and so on. And from the means of taking care of the brotherhood between oneself and the other is to study together, and to move on together. The less selfish a person is, and the more stronger his brotherhood will be. He does not only think about himself and his family, he thinks about the others also, because he knows that without the others, he won't go far in his dunya and even in his religion. The brotherhood, ya ikhwa, barakallahu fikum, is a thing that many lack to understand properly, and many tend to forget that it is a blessing from the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How easily a person hurt his brother, how easily a person, he leaves off his brother due to one simple mistake. One simple mistake that does not bring a person out of the Salafiyah. Because of that one simple mistake, he leaves him without making nasiha. He leaves him and he talks bad about the brother, and he, barakallahu bikum, backbites him, and make boycotting of him, and so on, because of one simple mistake. And due to that brother, he moves further and further and further away from the Salafiyah, because he thinks that the manhaj is portrayed by that brother who made that mistake. And so, from the means of taking care of the brotherhood, ya ikhwah, is to learn. It's knowledge. Because knowledge is the foundation of every good thing. is the foundation of every ibadah. And brotherhood and taking care of the brotherhood is an ibadah. It's a worship to the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which means that it needs knowledge. With ignorance, it makes the brotherhood fall. It breaks up the brotherhood. And in opposite of that, with knowledge, it strengthens the brotherhood and the sisterhood between the community. And it helps them move on, move forward to achieve greater things. So barakallahu fikum, learn the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Seek knowledge from the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so that you can get closeness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in a proper way, in a proper manner. The manner in which Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam had set forth for his ummah. Look at Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, read his seerah, read his biography, read his history, read his sunnah. What did he do to keep the brotherhood strong between themselves? When a person did not come to the masjid for a few times, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam used to ask about him. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, as how it mentioned in hadith or in athar, that he used to give like a person who does not fear poverty. He used to give and give and give and give like a person who does not fear poverty. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam used to speak good about his companions. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, "La tasubbu ashabi." Do not mock. Do not mock. Do not say bad things of my companions. Barakallahu fikum. It's not only that he does not like bad things to happen to his companions physically. He does not like it also in the things that are ma'nawi, in the speech, in the sayings. He does not like it. For bad things, bad speeches to be said about his companions at all. And yet in our times, when our friends or when our brothers are being said with bad things, a person, he laughs also together along with the bad speech. That's not how the Sunnah teaches us. That's not how a real proper Muslim acts. When bad things are said about one's companion, one's friend, he protects him. He protects his dignity. He protects his brother's dignity. That's how he protects his brother's body. He takes good care of it. He only wants good thing to happen to his brother. And he puts forth his brother before himself in everything in a legislated manner. And I said this in a legislated manner because a person here, sometimes he does not know, because of his ignorance, he puts forth his brothers before his family. Which one is better here? When he goes out with his brother, he is as soft and gentle as a rabbit. And when he goes home, he treats his family as though he is a lion. Every single thing, barakallahu fikum, should be done in a legislated manner, in a way that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has portrayed it to us, taught it to us. And that is all returning back to knowledge. Learn the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Give the rights to every person as how he is supposed to receive it. So barakallahu fikum ya ikhwah. Brotherhood in Islam is an important matter. So take good care of it. We are few in numbers in this time. And if we do not take good care of it, we'll be less in number in the future. So take good care of the brotherhood, Islamic Brotherhood, Salafiyya Brotherhood between oneself and his community. And take good care of the Islamic Brotherhood. Even though that a person is not a Salafi, he is a Muslim, it does not mean that you do not give him his rights. There are rights as a Salafi and there are rights as a Muslim. It does not mean that you oppress the Muslims and only give good things to the Salafis. La. Hasha wa kalla, this is not what Salafiyya teach us. Be good to everyone, even to the non-believers. Be good to them. We are commanded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be just. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had made it prohibited for us to be an oppressor, to be a zalim. And this dhulm should not be done whether to a Salafi, a Muslim, or a non-believer. Everyone deserves to receive justice, and everyone shouldn't receive any oppression. This is what Islam taught us. So be a da'i, call it with the proper understanding of Islam, and do not be a reason for tainting the religion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with your stupid actions, with your bad deeds. We are all a caller to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with our speech and with our actions. And when you are a Salafi, you are a walking da'wah towards the people. How you act, how you behave, that is how the people will see how Salafiyya is. And so, barakallahu fikum, take good care of the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Beautify the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with your speech, with your actions, with your manners. Do not backbite. Do not cheat in your buying and selling. Do not mock others unnecessarily. Do not talk back of others. Do not treat one parent with disrespect. And barakallahu fikum, learn the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.